Alright, hello folks. Welcome back uh, for another exciting stream here. My name is Tom, but you can call me the madfilmer, and today we're going to be getting into some Civ 7. I am getting close to the end of my Pirate Republic playthrough, or, that era, so I kind of want to finish that up and get into the modern age, see what we can do there. Especially because the Tides of Power, which came out last month, it was early November, we got the free update here with Tonga, Pirate Republic, Blackbeard, and the huge naval changes. And this month now, here, early December, we are going to be getting the second half of that update. So I kind of want to finish this game and get prepared for a maybe a second game where we utilize some of the new civs and the new leader that is coming out. So, thank you all so much for joining me today, whether you're watching live or in the future. I really appreciate it. If you like hanging out with me, you can give a follow here on Twitch. You can subscribe as well if you want to support the channel. And then if you enjoy what we do, we have a YouTube channel as well you can go check out. And I upload the VODs a week after they're recorded live on Twitch over on the YouTube channel, so you can check that out. I have a ton of other stuff over there. Let's Play videos is kind of where I got my start in content creation. For today, we are going to, first things first, we're going to go over the this update here that is going to be coming out. So I'm going to go over the new leader and the two new civs that are coming out. And then we will dive into our normal stream, some Civ 7 stuff. So hope you all enjoy. And if you're watching in the future, whether you're watching the VOD or watching the video on YouTube, you can, skip ahead through this part if you want to just get to the action. But for now, let's go over the two new civs here. Are we up? Are we up and running? Everything okay? Is the stream working? There we go. Okay, sorry about that. Right when I was getting things switched over, it looks like the stream crashed for a second. But everything looks okay. So my recording should be fine, at the very least. Hopefully the VOD isn't too messed up. Alright, anyways, let's get into it. We will start off with Iceland here. So Iceland is actually going to be an exploration age civ, which I was very surprised about. I thought for sure it was going to be an antiquity age civ, but this is going to be kind of like the Viking civ. If you've played past Civilization games, you know they've used Denmark in the past. They used was it Sweden in the past, or like Swedish, Viking leaders. So they're doing Iceland this time. They're kind of switching it around, and Iceland's an interesting choice because Iceland was a Viking colony, right? I don't know if there were indigenous Icelandic folks. I'm not like a historian of Iceland or of the Norse, um, but I know because the island is like so far away that it was, I think, mostly, if not totally, uninhabited. And so when the Vikings showed up, they really kind of set up shop there and turned it into what we see today. The modern Iceland is really based on what the Vikings set up. So it's interesting that we're getting Oh, why is this disconnecting again? What's going on with OBS? It is not happy. Why is this not working? Oh, there we go. I think we finally got it back. I don't know what's going on. OBS is not happy with me today. So it seems. Alright, is the stream up? How's the stream looking? Yeah, stream looks good. Okay, that's so weird. Sorry, folks. I don't know what's going on. OBS is just not happy with me right now. Alright, let's try and get through this quick so that we can hopefully close up some tabs and maybe that'll help OBS and we can get up and running on Civ 7 today. So yeah, what I was saying is that to me it's interesting that they're choosing Iceland because Iceland was a colony, as opposed to being a like a Viking city, the way we think of Sweden and Denmark as being like Viking settlements. So I'm curious why they decided to go with Iceland. I do, like that. Iceland is very cool. Um, they have their own really rich history, so that's also kind of the thing that I'm not upset about, but I wish there wasn't like that Iceland could have their own representation without having to be just Vikings. So I'm wondering if that'll be something we get in the future as they change this from Iceland to Viking Civ. You know, the way we have like a Pirate Republic Civ, and then if maybe we get an Iceland in the future, I would like to see that, but who knows? We'll see. All right, unique ability here. I'm gonna butcher every pronunciation in this, particularly for the Ottomans and for Saida Al-Hura, but I'm gonna do my best. All right, we've got Kringla Heimsins. This is their unique ability for Iceland. They get a set amount of culture um, when they discover a natural wonder in distant lands. Okay, interesting. It seems okay. I mean, it's, comparable to probably um to what Isabella has, where she gets gold, right, when she discovers a natural wonder. But she gets it when she discovers a natural wonder anywhere, not when she discovers a natural wonder in distant lands. So that feels a little bit weird to me that you only get this culture when it's a distant lands natural wonder. And that to me makes it feel like it's kind of weak. I hope they change that. Maybe it's historically thematic, right? Like I said, I'm not a historian um, of Iceland or of Norse uh, culture and history or whatever. Um, but it does feel weird. Like the bonus here, the cultural bonus that you get for this is going to have to be pretty high to kind of make up for only getting distant lands natural wonders. Um, only getting that bonus for distant land natural wonders. We'll have to wait and see. And then missionaries cost a set percentage more. So your missionaries are going to cost you more than other folks, which I'm curious why. Hopefully missionaries are doing something extra for you. If not though, then it just kind of feels weird and like a penalty um, for no particular reason other than the fact that it's like historically thematic or what have you, culturally historically thematic. So I mean, we do know that the Vikings were a paganist peoples. They definitely didn't have missionaries, at least the way that we classically kind of think of missionaries, right? So I guess in that sense, it makes sense why missionaries would cost more. But the Vikings had a very, very rich, religious system of their own. I mean, everybody is probably very familiar with Norse mythology and whatnot. So it does feel curious to me why they're getting this increased cost for missionaries, but I'm hoping that there is a reason somewhere down here that we're going to find out. All right, Iceland is militaristic and cultural, which makes sense. We're going for the Viking thing. They were militaristic. They were very cultural peoples. Um, let's see, and then we have their civic tree, London Mabok. I think that's how that's pronounced. Unlock the so this symbol, by the way, I've seen a lot of people mess it up. This is a TH sound. That little kind of it looks like almost like a P in the English language. And that is the like somewhat of a lowercase of this symbol. These two symbols right here are kind of similar. They're not exactly the same because the pronunciation is a little bit different. Um, I'm not a linguistic scholar in the slightest, so but I believe this is pronounced things starther. Things starther. I think is how that's pronounced. Okay, so when you unlock the Civic at Tier 1, you get the Thingstarther building, which unlocks the Drakenhofuth tradition. Drakenhofuth tradition. You get a relic every time you master a Civic. Whoa! That's really good. That is really good. Wow. Um, does this mean that you get relics like the normal relics? Right? Because the way that Civ 7 works, when you research certain civics or certain techs, you get a relic. And obviously, you can unlock relics the normal way, which is by converting settlements or whatever using religion, right? Like that's usually how you get most of your relics is from religion. So if you're getting the relics from religion and you're getting relics from the civic and tech trees and you're getting relics every time you master a civic? Holy, that's a lot of relics. And relics are, in my opinion, kind of easy to come around anyways. So I guess if we think about it, right, the game is kind of directing you to not worry about spreading your religion. They want you to just research culture. Just go into culture and do civic masteries. That way, you're getting your relics and you're not having to worry about spreading your religion to get relics. Which I guess what they're saying is that, this sort of the pagan beliefs, which were very malleable and, they over time conformed not easily, but uh, somewhat more easily than other religions to Christianity. I guess they're saying that it makes sense, right? That you wouldn't be spreading your religion, that you would be more impacted by other folks and their religions. Um, all right, that looks okay. I'm so paranoid that this is gonna freak out. My OBS is gonna freak out, so I'm trying to check on it every once in a while. All right, let's see. And then this tradition has, like I said, the uh, Drak. Let's see, Drakenhofuth. Yeah, Drakenhofuth tradition. I believe is how it's pronounced. The Drakenhofuth is producing a naval unit grants you culture equal to a set percentage of the unit's production cost. That's pretty good. Very reminiscent of what we get with Blackbeard, where when he defeats a unit, it's either Blackbeard or Pirate Republic. I can't remember exactly, but either way, when you defeat a naval unit with that either that civ or that leader, you get gold, right, equal to a set percentage of the unit's production cost. This one you're getting culture. So very much leaning into the militaristic and cultural thing where you want to be making naval units to destroy other navies or, not even navies, but because you get it from just producing, right? Not even from destroying. So you producing naval units is just going to get you that culture that you need for like civic masteries and whatnot. So uh, the way that it seems like you want to play this Civ is you want to have high production so that you can pump out naval units like crazy to get your culture going, right? So that you can get these civic masteries. So you have a nice little circle there. Um, all right, tier two, the things starter. You receive increased gold in settlements where you have a kiln, which is pretty good. Kiln is very easy to produce. It's not too far in the tech tree, I don't think. I think it's in the second tier tech tree. So you should get it early on, and you're going to want to have kilns anyways because they are culture building. So getting kiln is going to be good. It's going to give you increased gold. Um, and it unlocks the Raithi Guthana tradition. Raithi Guthana. And the Raisi Gusana tradition. Okay, I think we're finally back. Jeez. So sorry, folks. Um, my OBS is just very not happy with me. I don't know what's going on. Um, I haven't had any problems streaming like this before, so who knows? Could be a number of things, but we're gonna try and get through today and hopefully have some fun streaming. Uh, if things don't work out, though, I might end up just having to cancel the stream for today. I don't usually even stream on Saturdays, anyways. So, uh, I've been busy with other things, so I haven't been able to stream on a regular schedule like I like to. Hopefully this will hold up. It's doing okay right now, so we'll see. Okay. Anyways, to pick up where I left off, what I was saying is I was talking about the Rethi Guthana, right? Yes, yes, yes. All buildings get cultural and production adjacencies with volcanoes and natural wonders. That is good. That is very good. Um, Obviously, you're going to want to build your culture and happiness buildings here, right? Because volcanoes count as mountains, and natural wonders are uh, mountains and natural wonders are what culture and happiness buildings get adjacency bonuses from. So ideally, you're going to be putting your culture and happiness buildings here. But if you can't, you're still going to get a culture and production adjacency bonus anyways, right? So if you have some situations where you have like too many mountains, or you have a couple spots you could put buildings around a natural wonder, you're going to be getting production bonuses or culture and production bonuses anyways. So that's really good. And obviously, if you can put your culture and happiness buildings there, you'll get the uh, massive adjacency bonuses for that. So this is a very good tradition. Just lets you double up on what you already want to do, particularly with culture and happiness buildings, which is put them near mountains slash volcanoes, because those volcanoes count as mountains, and natural wonders. And if you have some leftover mountains or natural wonder spots, then you can still put other buildings around it to get culture and production adjacencies. And culture and production are probably the two most important adjacency bonuses in the game, right? Culture, the AI gets a massive boost over you, particularly in Antiquity. So you really need to work hard to catch up in culture in the early game. And it's still obviously very good in the middle game, in the exploration age. And production is just always the best, right? The faster you produce buildings, the faster you produce units, the easier it is for you to get higher yields to build up your military and to um, win the game, right? Which is overall the goal of Civ. So yeah, this is looking let me see. Landa Mabok. Land la, Land Land Nabab. Land Na Mabok. I think it's how it's pronounced. Land Na Mabok. Seems like a very good civic to invest in. Both tiers, the standard and then the mastery, are pretty good. The only one that is kind of is going to be maybe a question is right here. The tradition that you unlock. Uh, uh, Dreka Hofuth. This is going to be really dependent on how much culture you're getting, right? If it's a small percentage, kind of not worth it. If it's a large percentage, it could be a bit overpowered. So we have to wait and see what those numbers are exactly to get a better idea. But we will obviously be testing it out when Iceland comes out. We will be checking them out. All right, so their second civic is going to be Huggins Dreka. First tier, naval units can pillage and coastal raid tiles within a set number of tiles. I mean, that's fine, I guess. It just means that you can pillage and raid when you are at minimum one additional tile away, right? So if you look at a hex, then if you're on one hex, you have those, what is it, 6 hexes around you or 5 hexes around you? and then you're going to get the second level, right, that you can coastal raid or uh, pillage from. It's not terrible. It's just that pillaging and coastal raiding, I don't think is the strongest thing that you can do in this game. It's still good though. Um, I mean, I definitely noticed it was a lot stronger than I initially thought playing as Pirate Republic. You definitely can see how pillaging and coastal raiding can become super powerful. But it's not uh, the most powerful thing that you can do. But it's still good. So I'm uncertain if getting that extra, that additional ring to really pillage and raid in is worth it. It's not bad, but I just don't know if it's really that strong. So what's next? We unlock the Drotkvati. I think that's how it's pronounced. Drotkvat. That is a tradition you're getting here. Coastal rating gives you culture equal to set percentage of pillaging yields. Again, very similar to what Pirate Republic is doing, where you're getting gold equal to a set percentage. So not bad. Kind of depends on the numbers. If it's similar numbers to what we're seeing with gold, then it's going to be pretty strong, right? If it's a similar number to what the Pirate Republic is getting for their coastal rating, then this will be quite a strong ability that you can use. And it's going to really incentivize you to go to war. War becomes your means of producing culture in a way. The only thing that I do wonder about is um, there could be times where you have too much culture or too much science, and you are um, kind of blowing past what the computer is doing, and then that puts you in a situation where is that extra culture really worth it? Extra gold is always worth it. Extra production is probably almost always worth it. Extra science and extra culture is kind of tricky because you reach a point where you have everything unlocked. You have every civic unlocked, you have every mastery unlocked, or every tech and mastery unlocked, and you're only doing future civics, future techs. And those are good because they do give you attributes that you can use to upgrade your leader, but they also end the game faster, right? Researching future techs and civics is how you progress the age, or what it ends up doing as a result of you being ahead is it progresses the age so that the age ends faster, which is absurd, right? The way that it should work, in my opinion, is that it maybe helps boost up the computer a little bit. If you're researching something, maybe the computer should have a way to kind of catch up to you, like a little bit of rubber banding. But, that's something that we kind of have to talk about and test and figure out working with the developers and working with the community, whatever, to figure out the best way to make it work. But currently, excess science and excess culture is detrimental to an extent because once you've researched enough, you don't need all of that extra science and culture. Um, so this is still very good, especially for folks who are maybe not playing at the highest difficulty or people who are not like the most um, like the strongest or best min maxers or whatever. This is probably going to be really helpful for them, which is probably the average player, I would have to assume. But it is something that to consider, especially if you're playing at like higher levels, higher difficulty, that getting that extra culture is gonna eventually wear out its welcome. Because it's just not as useful as extra gold is like for Pirate Republic. Because you can always buy more things. You can always buy more buildings, upgrade more towns to cities, buy more boats or whatever. You can't really buy anything with culture, you know. And then tier two of Huggins Reka is going to be the Vikinger. They or no. Oh, Vikinger, the Vikinger. I'm not exactly sure. Must be your unique unit. But we will get to that. So, anyways, Viking can coastal raid and pillage from a set for a set amount of movement when in distant lands. What does that even mean? Vikinger can make coastal raid and pillage For a set amount of movement. Oh, is it just saying that when you coastal raid and pillage, it's not your whole movement? Right? Because the way that the game works now is that whenever you do an action like an attack or a coastal raid or a pillage, it consumes all of your movement. And movement is sort of like action economy. It's like action points in a way, where if you have more movement, you can still do more things. You might not be able to do multiple actions, right? Like you can only do one action in this game, your unit. But if you have multiple movement, aka action points, right? If we're basing it on this weird system I'm making up in my head, um, then you can still do other things like move. Um, specifically, that is something that Pirate Republic can do, where when they pillage or coastal raid with their unique unit, the sloop, it can still move, and it allows you to reposition and it allows you to really get more tactical with with your navy. So Vikinger, which is interesting that the Viking is going to be a naval unit, I guess. We'll have to wait and see. But I thought it. I mean, Vikings were obviously they sailed across sea, but they fought on land. So why wouldn't they be like a marine, right? Isn't that marine for the U.S.? Don't they have like a thing where they can be on land and on sea or something? I don't know. Or in other civs, maybe that was a thing. Well, anyways, um, this so it doesn't apply to discoveries, which is going to be um, like goody huts or discoveries. So uh, if you raid a discovery, which if you're a naval unit, you can raid discoveries to capture them. To which is if you're a scout, you just move on to the goody hut to get it. A naval unit can raid it to essentially land on it, if you will, to get the goody hut. So the extra movement is not going to apply when you do a raid on a discovery, but it will apply anywhere else in distant lands. So you will have that extra movement probably to use for like repositioning and tactical kind of combat and strategy and whatnot, which is good. It's not bad at all. It is weird that it's set behind a civic mastery because I'm pretty sure the sloop just gets it for free for pirates. Um, so I don't know. I guess if you're producing so much culture like Iceland is, maybe getting all of these civics isn't like a big deal. But it does feel like a lot of investment just to have extra movement. Like, why can't I just have the extra movement already? I don't know. I'd have to see it in practice to get a better idea of how um, underpowered I think this could be, or how maybe expensive, I guess I should say this is. It's not an underpowered ability, but this feels way expensive for what it is. Um, it's not bad, but I just think it's a lot of investment for something that you should be able to get more easily. I almost feel like these should be swapped. The Vikinger coastal raid thing, I think, should be swapped to tier one, and the naval units pillaging, having expanded pillage, I think, should be tier two. That makes more sense to me. But we'll see. We'll have to, practice it and see what happens. All right, their next tradition or their next civic is the uh, Verengar, which is going to be tier one naval units and embarked units get increased movement and increased combat strength. That is very good, especially because you're going to be having a lot of naval units. This is, yeah, very, very good. Tier 2 is going to unlock the uh, Lifstein, Lifstein, Lifsteinen tradition. I'm not quite sure. And that just increases, and it also increases your settlement cap, I should say. So very good. The Lifstein tradition is going to give increased healing to naval units when they are outside of friendly territory. Okay. Usually healing outside of friendly territory for naval units is pretty bad because you heal so slowly. Hopefully this is bringing it more in line to how much you heal when you are in friendly territory, in which case this is going to be a very powerful ability, right? You build up a huge navy, you go fight somewhere, you're raiding somebody far away from your home. It's hard for you to heal up, But you should have a ton of naval units because you can produce them very fast, and you're getting culture every time you're producing them, which is going to help you hopefully unlock all these civics and get to this tradition. So you have all of these naval units, and what you end up doing is you kind of swap them out. You know, one naval unit attacks, and then it moves and switches places with another naval unit who can then take the attack from the enemy forces. The next turn, the naval unit which did the attacking last round and is injured is going to heal up, right? Depending on if they're melee or ranged naval units. So that's pretty good. It's not super strong, I don't think, but it could be. It could be very good though. Uh, Once we actually get to see it in practice. All right, and then last we have, oh boy, Theopheldio. Theopheldio. I think it's how that's. Or no, that's another T or TH. Theopheldith. I think that's how that's pronounced. Theopheldith. Not something my anglicized tongue can really pronounce, but I think that's roughly how it's pronounced. That unlocks the Reichholt Wonder. I can never pronounce this word either, by the way. And you get a set number of relics when you unlock this civic. It's probably going to be 2 relics, if I had to guess. Could be 3, but there's no way it's more than 3. Okay, pretty cool. Not bad. We'll have to see what the Wonder does to see how good it is. All right, unique infrastructure. As we talked about before, they have the Thingstother. This is their unique building. Has a happiness base. Gives you increased culture for each adjacent wet, floodplain, volcano, or vegetated tile. And it has to be on tundra or grassland that is not adjacent to another Thingstother. Okay. The happiness base is fine, right? It's going to be like +2 happiness or something, maybe +3 or +4 even. But you're going to get culture for adjacent wetlands, adjacent floodplains, adjacent volcanoes, adjacent vegetated tiles, a lot of different things that you can get a bonus for, right? And a lot of things that are going to be kind of near each other, especially the floodplains, and the vegetated tiles. Those are going to be close to each other. Volcanoes, it's going to depend. Like you're going to not get as much mileage out of being next to volcanoes as the other 3, but that's pretty good. And it's culture, which is what you want, right? You want a lot of culture with this civ. Has to be on tundra or grassland. Which grassland is going to be your best bet, right? Floodplains, wet plains, and vegetated tiles are going to be where you're going to mostly see grasslands. Tundras, though, you'll get volcanoes there. You'll get still vegetated tiles in tundras, forests and whatnot. So you'll be able to make some pretty good use out of this. That's a pretty good unique building. Or hang on, it calls it a building. It's got to be a what are those things? Like the toilette, the unique structure or whatever. I think building might be like a typo or something. Building is usually only reserved for things that actually are buildings. Or I mean, it is possible that they only have one unique building. We've never seen it before. Every other civ that has a unique building has 2 unique buildings, and they come together to form a unique quarter. But maybe this is something different. Maybe this is one specific building. But the fact that you can't put it adjacent to another one means that it's probably a unique structure, like the toilet for probably means it probably, sorry, my headphones just like died or something. It probably means that this is a unique structure like the toilet is for uh why am I totally blanking on their name? For Axum. There we go. All right, and we get a unique civilian unit, a great person, the saga hero. This is totally in line with the Icelandic folks. A lot of the Norse sagas were written by this Icelandic fellow. I forget his name. But yeah, there's one Icelandic individual who is at least credited with writing most of what we know about Norse mythology. He had a lot of different poems that he wrote. All right, so trainable in settlements with a Thingstarther. Interesting. Maybe it is a building. Because usually these are tied. Usually you get two unique buildings that you combine to give your unique quarter, and usually you train people where you have your unique quarter. So this is very interesting. I want to I want to see it to get a better idea. But anyways, all right. Possible saga heroes. You've got Egil Skalgrimsson. He's going to activate on a fleet commander. When you defeat an enemy unit in its command radius, get culture equal to set percentage of defeated unit's strength. Um, I guess that's fine. Depends on how much culture you're getting. It seems okay. Gisli Sursen. Activate on a military unit. This unit gains the stealth ability. Ooh. We haven't seen stealth, I don't think, yet in Civ 7. But we've had it in the past, like submarines had like a stealth ability where you couldn't detect them unless you were right next to them, unless you were adjacent. But if you were 2 or more tiles away, you wouldn't be able to see them, even if you had really high sight. So activate on a military unit. That unit gains stealth, becomes invisible to units not adjacent to it. Yeah, exactly. That's how stealth has always worked in the past. At least I think, anyways. Then there is Gretar Asmundarsson. Activate on an army commander, and nearby infantry units get splash. Ooh, splash is very good. What splash does is that enemy units in tiles adjacent to the target of the attack also take a set percentage of the total damage that the original target took. Right. So if you attack somebody, it works in Navy combat. This is the first military or infantry unit to have it. But the way that it works is when you attack one unit, all of the units in tiles adjacent to it also take damage. So this is very strong. It's basically like an AoE attack is what you're doing. Very, very good. Kjartan Olfsson, activate on a pillaged tile, you gain a relic. Okay, I mean, that's fine. You're going to be getting a shit ton of relics, so this seems kind of useless, but I mean, there's nothing wrong with more relics, I guess. It does have to be on a pillaged tile, which is a little annoying as well. So yeah, this feels kind of weak. Or just not that useful. You're gonna have so many relics. Why do you care about getting another one? All right. Then we got Guthron Usvis. Oh boy, this name. Osvif Frostdottir. Osvis Frostdottir. Um, and I'm assuming daughter here is kind of like daughter. I know they do that in the English language. If you have seen a name that ends in son, right, son, it means that they are the son of whoever. Daughter worked the same way. It meant that they were the daughter of whoever. Um, so Guthrun os versus daughter. Activate on a commander. All units of its domain are fully healed in the commander's radius. So fleet commanders heal naval units and army commanders heal land units. Okay, that's not bad. Can really use him in war for sure, right? You go for an all-out attack, and then you use this guy to heal all those units back up, and then the enemy is weakened, and next round you just go out all-out attack again, and you should defeat everyone. That's pretty good. Harfnkel Halforsen. I totally didn't say that right. Harfnkel Halfrethsson. I think that's how that's pronounced. You activate this individual in a temple. Whenever you do a coastal raid, it spreads religion to the settlement that has been coastal raided. If the tile raided is an improvement, the rural religion changes. If it's an urban, the urban religion changes. Huh. This is a permanent ability? Right? You just activate this guy on a temple from now on whenever you do a coastal raid. It spreads religions to the settlement that has been coastal raided. Huh. Okay. It seems interesting. I guess this is going to help make up for your missionaries costing a lot, right? They're going to be more. So you want to kind of get, if you want to go in the religious route, you kind of want to get this guy so that you can spread your religion by just simply killing people. Um, it does feel kind of weak though, because I don't really think spreading your religion is going to be that valuable to Iceland. I could be wrong, but my initial impression is that you don't want to spread your religion. You just want relics and you don't really care about the religion part, and you get relics by getting civics. And relics are how you progress on the track. Now, to be fair, you do get bonus points for capturing for the militaristic legacy path. You get bonus points if you capture a settlement from someone who follows a different religion and then you convert that settlement to your religion. So in that instance, then this is actually really strong, right? Because then you can convert them to your religion and then capture them, and then you're getting quadruple points for that. So in that regard, that's actually pretty good. Pretty good. If we look at it instead of as a relic ability or as a culture ability, we look at it as a militaristic one. Okay, I'm buying in. I'm buying in. I like it. Then we've got Njal Thorgerson. Activate on a thing starter. Thing starter in the settlement. Gain a set amount of culture for each celebration. Okay. Eh, depends on how much culture it is. It doesn't feel that strong though. It could be really good. It could be really good though. It really depends on how much culture. And you want to be having celebrations, I will say. So having more celebrations is better than having longer celebrations, right? Because celebrations get you social policies. Um, so if you can finagle this to have really high happiness and churn out a ton of celebrations, this could be pretty good. Again, though, it gets into that thing I talked about earlier where having too much culture eventually just becomes, I mean, it's not detrimental, but it's kind of useless after at a certain point. So, yeah, it's not bad, but this one is good early on. If you get this guy early on, and that's kind of the problem, is that this is RNG. When you unlock these guys is totally RNG. So if you get this guy early, then that's pretty good. If you get him later, he's kind of useless. What do you need the extra culture for when you're, you know, 80% through the era, right? You need him at like 10% through the era to really make value out of this. All right, then we got Gunnar Hamundarson. Activated on an army or fleet commander in a tile with a military unit. He gains the order commendation. That's really good. Yeah, order isn't that the one where you do extra damage? Yeah, that's an incredible commendation. Yeah, wow. A free commendation is fucking crazy. That's so good. Because it takes a lot of experience to get commendations, right? You have to go all the way down um down in down a tree, one of the upgrade trees, to get to a commendation. So this is really good. I like that. Guthrithr, uh, Thorbjorn Ardotur. Activate this fellow on a naval unit, and they will give you increased movement and increased sight to that unit. Okay, I mean, that's fine. Not really that good, but it's not bad. So there's way better ones that you can get, particularly this guy I want to get. And this guy I think you want to get early. This one is, it's fine, whatever. Then we got Freydis Eriksdotter. Activate on a naval unit. This turn, the naval unit can coastal raid for no movement cost. I mean, this just feels like a waste. This feels horrible. I mean, it's not bad. Coastal raiding is fine, and you want a coastal raid anyways, right? Because of all the things you're getting from it. But, I mean, come on. Compared to some of the other things that we've seen on here, right? Spreading your religion for free, getting a culture for celebrations, right? Even getting a relic when you pillage is better than just, oh, you don't have the movement penalty for raiding. on one turn. I mean, that's pretty worthless, I gotta be honest. Yeah. I think these are, mm, they're not bad, but they're kind of mediocre, I think. I think these need another pass to really bring them up to what we've seen with some other civs. All right, unique military unit, the Vikinger, unique naval unit, coastal rating grants science equal to a set percentage of pillaging, and has increased sight. Okay, what the hell? Why are we getting science? Everything we're doing is giving us culture? Why the hell are we getting science when we're pillaging? I will say, it is nice that we're getting something to balance out, right? If we're so focused on culture with all the other things that we have, that we're leaving science behind, it's kind of detrimental. So it's not terrible that we're getting science for pillaging. It just feels weird. I don't know that I would necessarily say that's thematic. I don't think of the Vikings as like this um scientific thing, right? I don't know, maybe I'm in the minority, but it doesn't feel like that makes much sense to me. I would rather you're getting culture for this and take the science and move it somewhere else. That's what I would say, right? What if this was a tradition and then we replaced it with, isn't there one here? Yeah, yeah, right here. Coastal rating. I don't know anything about the Drot Drotkvet, Drotkvat, or however that's pronounced. So maybe this was a very important cultural um, social policy or what have you for the Icelandic people. But I feel like it would make more sense for the Viking to get culture instead of science. I mean, neither here nor there, I guess. Increased sight is good. I do think it's just weird though that the Vikinger is a naval unit. Unless Vikinger is not Viking. Like, is it like a ship? I don't know. Um, I just assume that the Vikinger is the Vikings, the like berserkers or whatever. In that case, to me, it should be something similar to like the Marines for the U.S. in other editions of Civ, where they are um, military units who have like no embarkment penalties and like no movement penalties over water. Like that makes a lot more sense to me, but I guess it is hard to have both a unique naval unit and a unique melee unit. But I mean, I don't see why you couldn't do both. I guess maybe they already have a lot of stuff, the Icelandic Civ, but that's just my opinion. All right, and then their associated wonder, probably to no one's surprise, right? The Reykjahult. It is a culture base, and it gives increased production towards military units in the city for every great work in the city. Has a set number of relic slots, must be in tundra. Okay. I mean, that's very good. A culture base is fantastic. Increased production for military units for every great work is very good. The only problem is it's going to be kind of weak early on. It's going to get really strong later in the era. It's just that the later you are into the era, the more likely the era is about to come to an end. So you're not going to get as much value out of this as you might think, unless we go back here and we say that we have so much culture, right? We have so much culture from all of these things that we are getting relics. Where is it? Right here. That we're getting relics like crazy fast to, you know, give us a ton of great works in the one city that we have. Let's say we have like, I don't know, one, two, three, four, five, six or something great works in a city, which is not unheard of, especially for, considering that this has relic slots. I mean, if you get that before you're even halfway through the era, then this is going to be really strong. You're going to be producing military units very fast. You're going to be getting a lot of culture for producing them if they're naval units anyways. So this could end up being a pretty strong wonder, depending on how fast you are able to get the relics so that you can put them into your city, right? Because relics are great works. Um, and it also depends on when you unlock this. I don't know exactly when this gets unlocked in the tech/civic tree. We'll have to see. If it gets unlocked early and you can make a lot of use of this, then it's very good. If it gets unlocked later and you can't really make use of this until later in the era, by the time that happens, you're kind of on the end of the age anyways, then it's not that good. All right, so that is Iceland, the exploration era civ. I think they're good. I think they're good. My initial impression is that they're probably somewhere in like B tier, right? If we're ranking them. They get a ton of culture. I think they maybe lean a little bit too much into culture to the point where it's going to be overload and you're not going to have anything to do with all that extra culture. And you only have one thing giving you science. So it's not bad. But I don't think it's as strong as some of the other uh, civs that we've seen. But we'll test it out and we'll see how it feels. All right, next up is the Ottomans. If you want to know more about the Ottomans, I would highly suggest you go hang out with Paisley. She is a historian of Ottoman architecture. So she knows a lot more about the Ottomans than I do. Even if she's a historian of architecture, she still knows a lot more about the history in general. So, good person to go talk to and ask questions, uh, whether in her streams or in her Discord or whatever, about the Ottomans. All right. So the Ottomans. Oh boy, this is going to be rough. I can't pronounce any of these words. Um, their unique ability is Devlet-I Aliyei Osmaniye. That is very inaccurate pronunciation, but we're going with it. When any leader excavates an artifact. Oh, and they are a modern era Civ, which is kind of what I figured. They were around during the Renaissance-ish, but they're more associated with like 1800s, like 19th kind of century, 18th, 7th, and 19th century is kind of where I associate the Ottomans, which is more towards modern era, at least in Civ 7. So, when any leader excavates an artifact in your territory, it generates an additional artifact. Ooh, that means you can do that. Oh my God, bro, you're gonna run away. You're gonna absolutely run away with cultural victory if you play Ottomans, dude. You can just blow past people with all of the artifacts you're gonna be getting. Oh, I mean, it's a very good ability, but I kind of hate it because cultural victories are so easy. I think that's the fastest way to beat the game is by cultural victory. So, yeah, they're gonna have to really look into that. All right, and then also infantry and naval units get increased combat strength when they are attacking. Yeah, that's just good. It is also militaristic and cultural. I mean, it makes sense. But you could have been militaristic and science. You could have been science and cultural. You could have gone expansionist. I mean, you could do anything with the Ottomans. They were a massive empire that lasted into I think into the end of the 20th or the early 20th century, right? I think they disbanded in around World War One, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong, but um, anyways, we've got their civics tree. Sahi Topu unlocks the siege train tradition. Army commanders get barrage promotion. That's very good. Siege train. When a district's defenses are destroyed, all land siege units and infantry units have their movement restored. Wow. Oh, wow. Oh, wow, that's really good. You're going to be just wiping the floor with people. You can come in with your land units, right? Your siege and infantry units, wipe out a walls or fortifications, and then just move into that area, plop down on it, and then start attacking again. Like, I mean, I don't know, these units aren't going to have their attacks, right? You can only do one attack or whatever, I think. But that's really good, especially when it comes to right? Like when you are capturing, this is going to be really good. You destroy a city center, you move into their territory because you have that extra movement, and it's yours. What are they going to do? That's good. I could be mistaken, obviously, but it feels very strong to me. Tier 2, increased settlement cap. We love that. Infantry units receive increased combat strength against districts. Okay, that's good. It works with what you want to do, which is destroy districts. So that's good. Harbai Nezartai, increased production towards siege units and infantry units. That's fantastic. That's what you already want to do. Land units have less maintenance. We love that as well. That's very good. You're going to have a crazy military with these guys. Increased settlement cap again, and it unlocks the Erkani Harbai Mektabi tradition. I'm mispronouncing all of this, so I do apologize. The tradition is land military units fight as though they're at full strength, even when they are damaged. Okay. That is a very classic Japanese ability that we have seen in Civilization. Civ 5, Civ 6, and even before that, probably. Japan always had a unique feature, which was their units, when they were injured, still fought at full strength. So it's interesting to see it here applied to a different Civ. I'm not sure what the historical context is for this. Other folks out there might be able to give me a better idea. Um, but I mean, that's a very good ability. It just means that even when your units are getting weaker, they're still fighting at full strength. They're still going to be difficult for the enemy to kill, and they're still going to be useful for you. Even if somebody has 1 hit point, right? That unit, you can send it into fight knowing it's going to die, but knowing that it's going to dish out full damage, and that is very strong. Then we've got Lele Deveri, or Devri, Lale Devri. This gives you the Hammam building, unlocks the Sultanmet Kami Wonder, and unlocks the Sedif Kakma tradition. So you get a unique building here, you get your unique wonder, and then you get a unique tradition. The tradition, Sedif Kakma, quarters with a set minimum number of happiness buildings receive increased culture. Quarters with set number of minimum culture buildings get happiness. Okay. We don't know what that minimum number is, but basically what this is saying is that, so a quarter is when you have 2 buildings in the same district, right? A district is 1 hex. When it has a rural tile, it's a rural district, and it has certain things that do and don't apply to it. When it's an urban district, it means it has at least 1 building there, and it has certain things that do and don't apply to it, certain abilities. When you have a second building, then it is a quarter. So we don't know if it's 1 happiness building or culture building, or 2 happiness buildings or culture buildings. But either way, you're going to get a bonus to culture and happiness from those quarters if you have the right buildings there. It's not bad. Not bad at all. It just sucks because it's in the modern era, and the modern era is like very, very, very weak right now. Building in the modern era is not really the best thing you can usually do, but if we get some improvements to the modern era, this could become a very good ability here, this tradition. And then Tier 2 unlocks the Kami unique building, which is going to go ahead and pair with your other one right here, the Hammam. And you get a social policy slot for that, which we do love. So that is good. That's very good. So far, the unique civic tree here is looking good. I really like it. I think I like it better than the Iceland civic tree at the moment. And then we've got Tanzimat, increased production to museums. Okay. Does this mean that you're producing museums faster, or that your museums have production on them? I think it means that you produce museums faster, which is excellent. And then you unlock the Osmanli Baroque tradition, and that is increased happiness on great works. I think that's pretty weak. Happiness is generally not a great yield to invest in, so I really don't care for that. Maybe we'll see some modifications to how happiness works or whatnot, but it feels pretty weak right now, this ability. Increased production to museums, though, is very good. And when you get Tier 2, you just get a free artifact, which is good. And your explorers now ignore vegetated terrain and river tiles for movement. That is excellent. Yeah, you really want to invest in this. So the way that I'm thinking you want to play Ottomans is you could go militaristic if you wanted to, because you're going to have a very strong military. Oh no. Oh, there we go. OBS is back. We're back. We're okay. Okay, I think we're still up and running. That was weird. We were recording there for like, I don't know, a half hour just fine, and then it decided to crash again. Sorry, folks. I apologize. I don't know why I'm having such issues with it today, but thank you for all for sticking with me. Whether you're watching live or in the future, I appreciate it. But what I was saying here is I don't think that the way you really want to play Ottomans is militaristic. You're going to have a strong military, but currently the way the game works is that cultural victories in the modern age are by far the easiest to get, right? Besides just killing everybody before you even get to modern. Culture is like the fastest way I think you can win the game because it's so easy to go get artifacts. And now that you are, if you're playing the Ottomans, you're getting double artifacts for any artifact that is in your territory. And you can use the tier 2 of the Tanzimat to not only get a free artifact, but now your explorers are going to ignore vegetated and river terrain for movement, which means you can get to other artifacts that much faster. So what I would suggest, just my current reading of the Ottomans is get the Explorer Civic unlocked first, right? It's a tier 1 Civic. You can unlock it very fast. And then immediately go here. Whoops, go here. Right? Try and get to this tier 2 as fast as you can so that you can just get your explorers out, go get all of your artifacts, especially the ones in your terrain because they're worth double, and you can get the age over probably super fast. Probably faster than anyone else has to this point. Which I don't know what the record is officially. I saw Paisley did it in 13 turns, playing on deity difficulty. But I'm sure there's probably min-maxers out there who've done it in like a couple turns or something crazy. All right, moving on though. The unique infrastructure for the Ottomans is the Hammam, as we talked about, unique building, happiness base with gold adjacency with culture. That is very good. That is very good. Happiness base is whatever, but gold adjacency with culture is very strong. The Kami is going to give you culture base with happiness for science. The happiness for science is not great. It does have artifact slots though, which is helpful, and a culture base, which is good. So I mean, these are good buildings. These are good buildings. And then you get the Coulier unique quarter, Coulier. It gives increased culture and gold to specialists in the settlement. I mean, that's fine. Specialists are more something you want to do in the exploration era. So by the time you get to modern, you'll have a ton of specialists, ideally. So you'll have a really high gold and culture output from your specialist. So it's not bad. It's just that you're really not getting a lot of bang for your buck because of how the modern age works right now. So hopefully, though, we get some reworks to the modern age and all of this becomes way more useful. All right, next, unique military units. We have a unique infantry, or unique light naval unit, I should say. The Barbary Corsair, no movement for coastal raids. Okay, that's fine. That's good. Nothing crazy, but it's good. And then the Janissary, unique infantry unit. This is classic Ottoman infantry unit. They have increased combat strength against other land units. And settlements suffer a happiness penalty for every Janissary stationed in or occupying a district. That is interesting. Really good if you're an opponent, if you're in an opponent's territory, because that opponent is suddenly going to have big happiness penalties. But it does mean you can't station your Janissary in your own territory, at least not on districts. Right? So you can't put these guys behind walls. You're going to have to put them out in the open. But if you're being more aggressive with this unit, then it's not really going to matter. So, yeah, that's fine. Associated Wonder is the Sultanahmet Kami, has a happiness base. Again, happiness is pretty weak. Wonders in this settlement, though, will receive increased culture and gold, which we love that. And it's increased further for exploration wonders and even further for antiquity wonders. Ooh. Ooh, that's very good. This is very good. All of your wonders in a specific settlement are going to get increased culture and gold. Exploration wonders get even more, probably double bonus, and antiquity is probably going to be a quadruple bonus. That's typically what they've been doing for certain things is it's doubled and then quadrupled. That's really strong. Has to be built to another adjacent to another wonder, which is totally fine. My immediate thought right here, what if we started out a Carthage game? Play as Carthage. You build a bunch of wonders in the city of Carthage, and then by the time you get to the Ottomans, by the time you've gone through antiquity and exploration, you've probably got like, I don't know, a half dozen wonders just in Carthage alone, in the city of Carthage. And then you can build this one, and you're going to get a massive bonus to culture and gold. Massive bonus for culture and gold. Really, really strong wonder. Okay, Ottomans? Damn, they feel strong. They feel really strong. They're very good with their military. They have a ton of culture. Not that they're producing a ton of culture, but they have a ton of things that they can do for a cultural victory, right? Because of the way that artifacts work. This feels like a really good civ to me. I like it. I like it a lot. I'm curious what Paisley thinks. She probably would have a better idea how this works culturally and thematically and historically. But I think on paper, gameplay wise, it feels pretty good to me. Just my initial impression. All right, let's move on to Saida al-Hura, the leader who is connected somewhat with the Ottomans. Yeah, she was Moroccan and was a pirate, actually. She is loosely associated, though, from what I recall, with the Ottomans. So, unique ability for her is Hakima Tatwan. Get a naval unit every time you complete an espionage action. I mean, that's pretty weak. Espionage actions take 15 to 21 turns. So if you're telling me at best I'm getting one naval unit every 15 turns, that's horrible. Because you can produce naval units in like 2, 3 turns, you know? Why would I want one every 15 or at most 20 or even more, right? If somebody is doing counter spy against you, it's going to take forever to get a naval unit. So I really don't understand the point of this. It just doesn't feel like it does anything. At least given the way that espionage works at the current time of recording. All right. Also, naval units stationed on a district provide increased culture and increased influence per age. Now, that is very good. If you produce a ton of naval units and just put them all on your home territory, you're going to be getting, I mean, it has to be districts, right? Which there's only so many water districts, but you're going to get increased culture, you're going to get increased influence, and it's going to be doubled because you're going to be in the exploration age. So, or well, not necessarily in the exploration age. I'm just thinking playing of like with Iceland, for example. Um, that's very strong. That's very good. Um, all right, and then no influence penalty if your espionage is revealed. I mean, that's good. Probably really good in multiplayer. I don't know how effective it'll be playing against the AI, but it seems very good for multiplayer. And then opponents can't counter spy against you. Oh, okay. I guess that helps a little bit here with the espionage thing, but it still doesn't feel that strong. She is diplomatic and militaristic. Okay, militaristic I think makes sense. Diplomatic, I guess that makes sense, right? Because she was known for, yeah, as a fierce diplomat, worked really hard for her pirate gang. And then we have the um, what I said dynasty. Oh, oh, whoops. Oh man, come on, OBS. Okay. Are we back? Are we back? Is this working? Yes. Okay. Jeez Louise. OBS driving me crazy today. Alright. Last but not least, we have her agenda, which is the What to Said Dynasty. Decrease relationship by a medium amount with leaders who have the most naval units on the map. Increase by a small amount leaders who have the least amount of naval units on the map. That makes sense. She was a pirate, so she wants people to not have naval units so that she can kind of own the seas. Her unique ability is really weak in one aspect and pretty dang strong in the other aspect. I'm not totally in love with her ability, but it's good. I, I'm, I'm interested obviously in playing as her, but we'll see. Oh my goodness. No, OBS. What are you doing? All right. Man, I got like 3 words in and OBS was like, what if we just crashed again? Ay, 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 driving me crazy today, OBS. All right. Looks like we are up and running though. Okay, finally, jeez. Sorry, folks. I don't know what's going on. Computer's just not happy today. OBS not happy. It's gonna be really annoying for the VODs, but hopefully I can get it all sorted out and make it fine for my YouTube video when I upload it. Okay, so that is Saeed Al-Hura. She seems okay. Part of her ability not so great, part of her ability very good. I'm not like super excited to play her, but I'm interested at the very least to see how she works and see how it goes. All right. That is it for this, though. Why don't we finally switch over to Civilization? All right. There we go. Whew. All right, so it was about an hour kind of going through the update here. Iceland, Ottomans, and the leader, Saida Al-Hura. And it all seems pretty good. Pretty interesting at the very least. But for now, let's get back to what we're doing here, which is Civ. And he's trying to make peace with me. He wants to give me Guyang, which I don't care about. Because I am interested in... he has a couple other settlements that I want to take. There we go. Yeah, we want Utica, Thene. I don't really care about Saba necessarily. I would love Leptis. I would love to have this whole island. And we are 9 turns away from the end of the era as well. So we're kind of trying to survive as well as take control of some things. Alright. Lost a unit here. Another unit. And then we lost a unit here. Alright, well, I'm going to take Utica soon. I've already taken a bunch of stuff from Himiko. Yeah, I don't really care about taking this stuff. So maybe I start moving units a little bit. Oh, let's see what we got here. This is good, it's just I need to save influence for the end of the era. Also, we don't really need culture anyways right now. I'll just accept it. I have negative gold? Oh boy. I have a pretty hefty happiness penalty because of all of the war support I don't have. Can I make peace with you? 2 turns. What about you? He doesn't want to make peace. Buccaneer goes there. Buccaneer does a raid, which will create, there we go, treasure fleet. You go here. Let's dump that off. Give me some gold, because we're losing gold right now. Here's a galleon. Do I have any more galleons? Not really. Let's do this. Oh, he can't see. He can attack, though. He can do that. Because he can then move. This ship can swap places right here. Oh, why is the galleon... The galleon can't go here? Let's just do a raid. My sloop is like stuck or something. There we go. Do another raid. Why don't you do a raid? Wait, now my galleon can go here? Why couldn't it go before? That's so weird. Shoot these guys. I can't go there because it's a land district. I need a land unit. Do I have any land units nearby? I do. Alright, get your ass over here. 6 turns, that's super annoying, but whatever. You're fully healed. So I guess why don't you come down here? Sloop is fully healed. You can just hang out, right? Oh, you know what? You could actually come down here to protect these guys. Oh, damn. I have a buccaneer right here. Should move him. Shoot that guy. Nice. I've got a sloop. Let's go get these guys. Move you here. Ooh, shoot them actually. You shoot them. There we go. Let's move this guy here. Nice. Wow, 3 treasure resources from that. Incredible. He'll never make it, will he? 12 turns, yeah. Unfortunate. You can just hang out. You... Yeah, I guess attack that. Alright, Buccaneer here. You should just heal. Yeah, just do a raid, why not? You don't have anything you can do. Oh, the thing is like messed up, it's not working. Okay. More treasure. More treasure. Corsair. Yeah, do a raid. You attack this guy. Kind of want to do focus fire on this guy, but I think we're going to do so much damage that it's not going to matter. Yeah, there we go. Nice. Galleon. Go ahead and attack this guy. Why don't you go ahead and attack... Ooh, attack that guy. Yeah, that is a problem. You should get in there, because you're hurt. You just hang out. Can you hit from here? No, you can't. Alright, go back. Wow, I gained so much gold. Like 1,200 gold from all those attacks. And the rating. I just need to get these wars over with so that um so that my happiness will kind of settle itself back. Yeah, I probably shouldn't be spending any gold, right? I mean, I have a ton of things that I'm trying to build, but... Ooh, I do kind of actually want to build that wharf. The rest of the stuff is like, whatever. But getting wharfs built would be good. I mean, building a bank would also be really good. Yeah, you don't have anything too particularly important to be built. Besides the bank, because again, that's going to give me a big bonus. But we're going to kind of build over it anyways. Alright, will you give me some stuff? No, he's not willing to give me anything. Besides, Guiyang, which we don't care about. Alright, little volcanic eruption, nothing we can't handle. Defenseless settlement. Yeah, we're fine. You got attacked. You got attacked. You got attacked. You got attacked. Nothing to worry about. Especially because you can hit this ship from here. Oh, nice, a promotion. Oh, splash damage, hello. Oh no, this is when they get attacked. Splash is where's splash damage? Oh, right here. Yeah. That's good though. When they get attacked, they will deal reciprocal damage back. We love that. These bombards are really fucking me up. Nice. Alright, get your ass in there. Go ahead and attack. Yeah, attack that guy, deal a ton of damage. You go here and attack. Attack this guy because he's in the ocean. Yep, get a kill. Nice. Go ahead and deal some damage. Oh, he's finally suzerained Tabriz. You just hang out here. Destroy all of these melee units. What do you have? A galleon and 2 cogs. You're totally fine. That didn't work? Oh, it did work, okay. Yeah, they're bringing a ton of military units to try and back up Utica. Oh, nice! That counts as capturing a district! Yo! Let's go! I didn't realize that. Nice, Utica is ours. We're going to keep it. I didn't realize that by pillaging we would capture that. I guess I should have realized it, but I don't know, in the moment I was just like, oh, I'll pillage it and get, you know, whatever, resources or whatever from it. These two can just stay here. I don't need them. I'm totally full up on items and whatnot. Nothing to do here. We just have so many towns. We are 8 over the settlement limit, which is officially, well, 7 is the cap. 8 over, we receive no more happiness penalties. Oh man, the stream crashed again? Oh my goodness. OBS is just not happy with me. I'm not sure where it crashed, but we captured Utica, which is quite nice. You get in here to defend Adulis. Let's bring this guy here. And attack. You heal up for a second. Alright, let me do sloop, a galleon, and then another galleon. Cog, you can just go right here and like die probably. Shoot them, please. Thank you. You go here. Let's bring this guy down. And then let's do this. Galleon here. Let's attack that. Let's do second wind. And attack again. Let's get this bombard killed. Because Axum is sending a huge force over here to Adulis. And then let's kill that guy. That's our cog now. You are traveling. I guess you can do another raiding party, that's fine. Destroy that. Attack that. You attack that. And this sloop, go ahead and do some raiding. You can also do some raiding. These guys aren't going to give me anything because it's going to take them too long to get back home, which is unfortunate because it's 300 gold that we're losing out on. Your job is to hang out and play defense. You shoot this guy. You shoot that guy. It is now ours. We will grab it soon enough. You just heal. And then, will you make peace? We've captured Utica, but I want more. I want Leptus. He will accept that. I want Thanae. He won't accept that. I mean, I would also technically take this. Like, Zala Bet Makida. Kind of have control of all of this territory. Up and down this coast. It's I mean, it's a pretty useful island. It has a ton of stuff. I would take it. Up to 3,000 gold. You need to build your wharf. Wharf is going right here. Okay. Let's just buy it. Because we want it, because we get bonus points from it. we get some bonus stuff from it. I'll give you food. Will that help at all? Doesn't look like it changed it. Yeah, it's still minus 10 food. Hmm. Drop off your resources. What else are we missing? Yeah, I don't quite have enough relics. I'm missing 1, 2. And we're doing terrible on the yields right now. Part of that though is because of the huge happiness penalty we have from war. Alright, we should be able to take Athene pretty soon because it looks like they only have infantry units, not naval units, and we have a giant navy that's going to come and destroy them. We could potentially take Zala Bet Makeda as well fairly soon, and Leptis has decent defenses because Carthage is here, which is providing a lot. Oh man, is the stream crashing again? Jesus. Oh, we lost a couple units. No, stream looks okay. I will definitely need to look into this though, make sure I get this fixed. Which, I mean, even, I was considering streaming for kind of a normal 4 hours, but I think I'm going to cut it short and just try and get through this age and then end things so that I can try and get everything fixed for the next time I need to stream. Alright, we got sovereignty unlocked though. Do I want to change any of my social policies for any reason? Yeah, we don't care about evangelicalism. Culture and gold. Production for naval units. I don't think we need to worry about that. Constitution could be good. Action. Defeat a support unit. Overbuilding. Culture. Fishing boats. Production. And science. We're not doing that much trading like we were last time, so trade win I don't think is that good. Let's try and get our happiness up from 38. It's only 39 it says. Let's just do... Again, I don't want to spend the influence right now. Oh, nope, the stream is down, yeah. Oh no, stream's up? Up, down. Okay, it's up. Alright, super annoying. Sorry, folks. Let's just do that. Ooh, I'm not gonna have enough to finish imperialism, am I? I want to get it because the settlement limit is actually very important. Let's get rid of commune. Maybe just +1 culture on culture adjacencies? Maybe that'll help. It still says 9 turns. I need it to be like 6 turns. That's pretty good culture. Let's see. I guess I don't need the extra science right now. Let's just try and get as much culture as we can. And production is kind of not that important right now either. Still 9 turns, it says. Let's focus fire on this. Yeah, very nice. Get some gold. Why don't you just raid? Okay, get rid of that guy. Let's go ahead and drop a galleon here. Another galleon here. And then we'll move this guy here. You can attack them. You can attack them. You attack them. These guys come down here. Attack this guy. Send that guy there. Okay, let's go ahead and attack that. You can attack them. Destroy that. That. You can also attack them. Shoot that guy. You can just do a raid. Fire. You're not gonna get there in time, so just sleep. These two guys are sleeping. Yeah, might as well do a raid. So I'll raid. Do another raid, why not? And you can hang out in Utica. I guess you can just stay in Utica as well. No real reason to send you anywhere. Orchid is now ours. Thank you very much. I guess we might as well throw this in somewhere. Nice, that is my ship now. Actually, nah, he can't attack anyways. Yeah, you just hang out. Keep on healing. I mean, none of that stuff is going to get built, so don't even have to worry about it. You're almost done with that. And I want what? I need Leptis and Zen, or is that, what was it called? You'll give us Leptis. Will you give us Thene? Thene? No. Zala? I'm assuming. Yeah, he won't do that. He'll give us one settlement, but not 2 or 3. So we're just going to keep the war going. Is she going to make peace finally? No? Oh well, her loss. Not that she's even doing anything to us. I don't think I've seen any of her units. I forgot he conquered Kiev. That's like totally... I mean, there's nothing he can do here. This is totally under lock. So I don't have to worry about that. Oh, someone died. Who was it? Magyar? Probably someone I was a suzerain of. Yeah, I think it was these people. Or wait a minute. Maybe there was no one there. I thought there was somebody there. Because if Napoleon attacked someone I was suzerain of, we would have gone to war. Who was it? I don't know. I don't know. Did I miss somebody? I don't see it. I don't know who that was who was killed. It was definitely a city-state. Or independent power or whatever. Which maybe it was an independent power who hadn't been suzerained yet, so they weren't a city-state, so they were destroyed and left no trace. That's possible. Alright, we get a growth event. I don't think it really matters where. Yeah, they have all of that. Let's grab that. 20% gold? Sure. Oh. The stream up? I thought it just crashed. We'll be getting new, social policy. Let's do gold and happiness. Oh, that helped. That helped. I'll just drop it in anywhere. I can just leave you, it's not a big deal. Here, go here. I don't think I'll get there in time, but whatever. You guys can't quite do anything. Although, actually, can you swap places? Because you actually have a better ranged attack. Nice. You get an upgrade. Let's go ahead and get your bombardment. Nice, we're just raiding the shit out of them. Somebody died here. Or no, I just moved. My guy, that was what it was. Yeah, just focus fire, I think. I should have done it earlier, but it's fine. Alright, +5. And then you go ahead and attack this guy. Not much you can do. There's no units near you. Yeah, you just hang out. Right? Oh, there's that unit, I guess, but it's not a big deal. Just sleep. Destroy that. Go ahead and give you a promotion. Nice. Second wind. Why does this look so weird with 3 units there? Ooh. I can do second wind though right away. Oh my god, getting a ton of gold from all of that. No. Don't do that. Just sleep. You can heal. I guess shoot this guy. Oh, not much you can do. You can also just sleep. Nice. Kill those guys. Oh, you can shoot that. Okay, sure. Alright, destroy that. And what I want to do is next turn take Thine and maybe Zala as well so that we can make peace and he'll give us Leptis. That would be ideal. Oh my goodness. What is going on with the stream today? Driving me crazy. Hopefully the recording is fine, and then for people watching this, you won't have any idea. But for the people watching the stream, I mean, I feel so bad, I'm sorry. If you're trying to watch the stream and you want to see this, though, check out my YouTube channel. It'll be up next week. And hopefully the VOD is in much better shape than this stream. Oh my god. Alright. We get a city-state bonus. We like that. Oh, is this the only one I can get? Oh well, I guess I'll take it. But the fact that it's a militaristic city-state is good because it gives us a bonus to our to the damage that we can do. Alright, this is ours. Another city bites the dust. Oh yeah, I forgot I was sending them this way. Kind of works out, because he can defend against that. My ship now. Nice, we get an upgrade. And that's his last one. He now has Splash, which is incredible. +1 commander range, +1 movement, or Heroic, which is deal direct damage to a unit that has the same domain as the commander. I think I'll just go with the +1 range, Merit, because that means that now he's going to be, his range is doubled. All of those ships are now within his range, which is incredible. He'll be getting so much experience. Go ahead and attack. Ah, look at that. Beautiful stuff. Nowhere else he can really go, right? Can't go there. Shoot that bombard, thank you. Shoot his treasure fleet. It's mine now. This is a risky maneuver trying to get around here, because Carthage is so well defended, it's making getting Leptis super annoying. This is irrelevant. I might be able to get that, though. I think we just save a bunch of our stuff, right? This guy's already upgraded. Maybe could look to upgrade Fakatafenga to a city before the end of the age. Just for the age transition, right? I think that's everything for now, though. Oh, you know what? Let me just double check. Still not going to make peace. And you're not going to give me all 3 of these. Yeah, no. Okay. Well, I'm not stopping until I get what I want, so... And Augustus might have a better infantry than me, but he does not have naval units to keep up with what we got. So I feel very comfortable holding him off with my navy. Yeah, it looks like we lost a couple treasure fleets, but it's probably not a big deal. Because some of those treasure fleets I don't think we're even going to get to us anyways. Alright, we got 4 turns left until the age ends. Oh, I'm going to get this in 5? I think I'm actually going to get this. Because by the 5th turn, this will be ready to unlock or whatever. Oh, cool! There's a narrative event for when you lose a treasure fleet. Booty lost! The initial reports come in. A ship laden with wealth en route to pirate harbors. But as the weeks turn to months with no ship, the plans for spending this wealth turn to grumbles. Eventually, a captain returns. The ship, he claims, is in another's hands. Get the ship back, plus 2 sloops, but I lose 225 gold, or I can just gain 250 gold. I'll take the sloops. That's easy. We're making so much gold, who cares? Oh my goodness, they keep opposing the war. It's super annoying. I'm just gonna get rid of you. I don't care. Nice. Alright, galleon. Nice raid. Can you do a raid? You can. What do you like that? You have 2 sloops, so just go ahead and pack in those 2 galleons and go hang out here. Oh, actually. What is this? Oh, those are the 2 sloops I just got. I can actually send my Buccaneer over here, and he will get some experience from this. Nice. You can hang out. You can do that. You're just hanging out. You're just hanging out. You can also stay there healing. Okay. I want you 2 to heal. And then I want you to attack. And then this guy attack. I want these 2 Buccaneers to switch places, because he has the double radius. Do a big range attack against this guy. There we go. Oh, these 2 attacked. Oh, well. Whoops. This guy gets his promotion. Go for artillery. Very nice. And this sloop, go ahead and grab Athena. Alright. That is mine as well. Anything good? Not really. Yep, that's fine. Actually, nah, you just chill. Shoot that guy, because fuck him. And I think that's everything, right? Utica. Got Zalabet Makeda. Could put another... I could settle here if I wanted to in the next era. We've got all this. And let's go ahead and maybe get some experience for these guys. I also got a narrative event for that. Yeah, booty reclaimed. Okay, that's what I thought might happen. The bosun of the treasure fleet surrenders along with the rest of the crew. With a sigh of exasperation, he signals that the pirate flag may be flown from the mast. Again. All is forgiven, we get 250 gold, or a good lashing will ensure this does not happen again. All naval units get +1 movement, but we get minus 300 happiness for the next celebration. I'll do a good lashing. You know what? 250 gold's really not that much. But +1 movement for naval units could be pretty good. It might help us get a couple extra treasure fleets. Alright, and we should be able to make peace with him now. And tell him to give us Leptis. And it is now ours, and we have everything that we wanted from Augustus. Beautiful. Let's throw that in there. You have a couple galleons and cogs and whatnot. Why don't you empty a cog? Take in a sloop. You are just healing. You are healing. Why don't you skip a turn real quick? You can attack that guy. You can actually still attack him. And it's mine now because we're pirates. We can attack anybody regardless of war status, as long as we are not allied with them. Alright, nice. One of those wars is finally over. Don't have to worry about Augustus anymore. Hatshepsut really investing into a war that she is not participating in at all. I haven't seen her. I don't think. But the -3 is super annoying. Alright, but just a few more turns, and once we get to the end of the era, we will wrap things up there. So as far as the stream side of things goes, it's been quite a hassle. OBS is giving me a ton of problems connecting to Twitch and keeps crashing. The recording, as far as I can tell, is still up. I double checked, it's still up. So I don't know what's going on, but I do apologize for anybody watching the stream or who likes to watch the VODs, because I'm gonna have like a dozen VODs that are like 8 minutes long. And it's gonna be really frustrating, so I do apologize for that. If you're watching this recording over on YouTube though, you probably, at least hopefully, won't have any issues with everything. It should turn out just fine. And I really do appreciate, you know, sticking with me through all of this, whether you're watching live or in the future. I mean, I say it, but I really, really do appreciate it. I say it all the time, but it means a lot. Alright, you get a growth event. I was probably just going to put somebody else up there. Yep, just go ahead and grab that. Oh, specialist. Can I get anything good here? Should be able to finish that. Everything else I won't have enough time. A sloop, a galleon, another galleon, I guess a third? Well, no, because I can go grab a sloop over here. And then you have 2 sloops, 2 galleons. You can grab that guy. You can go there. Yeah, you can just come up here too. You get back over there. This is all chaos. I have so many units. Cog, a sloop, a galleon. Sloop, you go here. So that gives you 2 galleons, 1 sloop. Might as well attack this ship, it's basically free. keep forgetting I have that on my units, the +2 capacity. Alright, he doesn't have it yet. Do these guys? He does, and he does. Okay, that's good to know. Wow, 4 movement now that we took the +1 movement is crazy. Oh, can I get this guy? I think I can actually. 3 turns. I think he'll make it. Alright, I have this one buccaneer down here. He can kind of take care of these 2 settlements. I've got this buccaneer here who can watch over Thene, I guess. Alright, just stay there. You have extra space. You have a couple extra slots, so why don't you just hang out for a second until you can grab a couple more guys. Then I've got someone in Utica. I'm going to send this cog over here. And I've got one buccaneer here to kind of protect, I guess, two. So one I can station here to protect, like, this area, right, from Axum and whatever. And then I can station one up here to help play some defense from anybody attacking there. So we'll have everything protected. There's no way this guy's gonna get here in time. 7 turns? Nah, it's way too long. Oh, and I can't attack anymore, because we're not at war. I'm at war with him, though. I should build... There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Wow, I could build a woodcutter here and that'd be pretty good. Or a sawmill, excuse me. Saw pit. And then, ooh, a reef. Yeah, let's grab that. The reason I want to do this is because I want to get a harbor and fishing key up. So this is now connected to my empire because it has a coastal, harbor or whatever, fishing key. So that this is connected now. Nice. Istok is... actually, maybe not in trouble. Because this is Charlemagne. Yeah, we're not at war with him. Samarkand could be in trouble soon. Medina also could be in trouble soon. Alright, everything else, though, looks kinda fine. If slowly falling apart. But if we can transition to the next stage, hopefully things will settle down and we'll be okay. Yeah, only 2 turns until the era ends, or the age, I should say. So we're not really worried about much else. There you go, get some gold. Oh no, we're at war with him, so he can't convert us while we're at war, I think. Or at least the AI doesn't usually do that. I will send you up here. Send this guy... I mean, I should still have someone over here, right? Yeah, why don't we send someone over here? Because you know, will eventually need, or probably will need, people to keep an eye on my home territory. I have all my ships kind of over here, you know, around these islands, because this is where the war took us. But we need to be ready, you know, when the moment calls to defend our homelands. And so why don't we start sending these guys this way? Yeah, he's on his way. And we're just going to be annoying against him right here. I mean, I'll take it. It's not like it would really even hurt us. Because we have so many extra settlements. We're well over the 7 settlement limit, right? For happiness penalty is what I mean to say. Right, 7 times 5 is 35, so a max of 30 minus 35 happiness. So we're well over that. We're plus 11 right now. So taking more settlements literally doesn't hurt us. Besides the fact that it will hurt our influence, but that will change in the next era because it'll reset. And we won't have to worry about that anymore. Alright, one more turn until this age comes to an end, and then we will have a final turn. Let's go ahead and drop this here. This is a reef, right? Yeah, reefs are very good for us. That +1 movement, man, it saved us a bunch of gold. So useful. Wow, that was really good. All right. Oh, and you know what? Let's purchase this. Guildhall. Let's get that bought. And was there anything else? No, that was what we were working on. I could put a gristmill there, huh? It's an interesting idea. I'll just click repair. Because the era is coming to an end anyway, so it's not a big deal. And, you know, we want gold because it's good for our quarters bonus that we're getting, but with our unique quarter. But because everything's all messed up, it's like, I don't think it's worth investing in, and the era is coming to an end. One turn, you know, buying like a bank or something, it's not going to have long-term, it's not going to have a really good long-term effect, I don't think. I could be wrong, but I just feel like it's not worth it. And also, all of the stuff that we pillaged and raided is just going to get fixed when we transition to the next age, so, like, who cares about fixing it? What we could do is maybe convert some things into cities last minute. That could be something interesting. And we get a nice little growth event. Better grab that reef. Yeah, we'll just save our influence for next round. Don't care. Yep, you're just staying there. Nothing you can do. You are just gonna stay put. Yeah, just stay put. Doesn't matter. I guess these guys can just go back, right? Doesn't really matter. The era's over. We're not gonna mess around with him anymore. Oh wow, big army over here that was making its way towards my land, looking to settle. Interesting. Alright, how much for that university? 800 gold? That's not bad, right? But is it worth it? Probably not, right? Probably not. I do want to upgrade Faka to Fanga, so let's just do that. This will be a city next round because we're going to keep that. That's what we're going to choose for our legacy path. I'm interested in getting Santo Domingo up to a city as well. Because it has such beautiful territory. Like, look at all this that I could build. Anywhere else I could convert to a city? I mean, maybe Utica. I mean, it has all of these locations, but it's kind of probably best as a town. Turn it into as a resort town, it'd be really nice. The only thing is that if this rubies goes away and all of a sudden I can put some culture and happiness buildings here, it'd be pretty strong. Yeah, the only other thing I would consider is turning Santo Domingo into a city. Which if I'm gonna do it, doing it now wouldn't be bad, but I don't know that I have to. Yeah, why not? That's kind of what I think. Why not? Let's just do it. Convert it to a city. Next round, or next era, right? It will be a city because we're going to use the Silk Roads, which is going to keep all of our cities from the Exploration Age as cities in the Modern Age. Nice, that was a milestone we needed to hit. We were able to get it because we captured so many locations. Usually we have enough to complete culture easily, but we weren't kind of weren't focusing on it, and we still did really well. Economic we got easily, military we got pretty easily. Holy shit, 53 out of 30 points. That's crazy, that's so good. 20 out of 30 is really good for the AI, you never see that. 24 out of 12, we double up on that. And no one got the Enlightenment. Not even Confucius? Wow. Wow. Okay. Let's go ahead and save real quick. Just as we get ready for the end of the era, I want to make sure that we save so that if we transition and something goes wrong and it crashes, then we don't have anything to worry about. But oh man, today was a really weird day with the constant OBS crashing, or like OBS Twitch like crashing, not connecting, whatever. The stream kept going down. The recording I think still works just fine, so hopefully when I upload it to YouTube it's okay. But man, what a really, really fun playthrough this was from start to finish in the Exploration Age with the Pirate Republic. I absolutely loved it. One of my most favorite experiences so far playing Civ was this. And I'm really sad that we're gonna have to transition away. It's sad. I really like this. If there was a one Civ, this is the one I would do it for, because I feel like Pirate Republic through one, from antiquity to exploration to modern, I feel like would be really, really fun to play as. So, if and when we get to that point, I will definitely do that, because I really like what Pirate Republic has to offer. But for now, that was a excellent Exploration Age. I had a lot of fun. I hope you enjoyed as well. Let's go ahead and move on to the next turn and get ready to transition to the next era. All right. Oh, I lost a unit. I have so many, it really doesn't matter. And the stream finally lasted for more than 8 minutes. That was nice. It's been up for like 30 minutes or whatever. Ay, 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 ay. Hey, there it is. The exploration age comes to an end.
In the wake of the Jolly Roger, the sea floor lies strewn with bones, as if in imitation.
Very cool. Beautiful artwork. Really cool job with the effects, with the ocean, the clouds. Look at the seagulls flying by. Wow, beautiful stuff. Yeah, I love it. So we only get 1 scientific legacy point, which is fine, perfectly fine. 2 culture. Usually we hit all 3 of these. Usually I hit all 4 of them, if I'm being honest. The only one sometimes I don't get is the militaristic one, because I am usually not militaristic, but worked out that way. And then all 3 militaristic and economic makes total sense. Yeah, very strong game from us. And we still almost got 12 relics, even though we didn't really focus on religion at all. Just goes to show you how easy cultural legacy paths are in this game, except for the antiquity one where you have to build wonders. Oh, nice! Beautiful banner. We've got new legacy paths for Edward Teach unlocked. Plus 15% gold for minus 10% food. Plus 3% combat strength for naval units, but minus 10% influence. Very interesting. Those are both pretty good, I think. Food's not that strong. Gold is very strong. Influence is good, but it's only, what, minus 1 or whatever? Or it was minus 10%, which isn't that much. And you're getting a plus 3 to your naval strength. Those are pretty good. Problem is, where do you unlock them? Because sometimes you have better legacy paths that you would rather choose, you know? That's weird. Hope the transition's working okay. It's just a black screen now. But if it gives me any issues, I'm gonna, cut my losses and end the stream if I have to. Because I was gonna end it anyways. So it's gonna be a pain. I'll just end it and we can pick up, next time. With the age transition. Whoa. Oh, it just crashed. It didn't even go to the H transition. Wait, what? That is bizarre. Well, you know what? It's totally fine because that's what we save for, folks. So yeah, let's go ahead and let's end the stream there while we are ahead. Overall, you know, it was a struggle, but had a fun time here, getting to play the game. The recording should be good. The recording, for me, it says it's up for, you know, 2.5 hours, almost 3 hours, whatever. So, or I had, you know, one recording and then the OBS totally crashed. But since I got it back up and running the second time, it's been going the whole way through. So even though the stream has been kind of up and down, the recording is still working at the very least. So I do apologize for all the technical difficulties we had to go through. I don't know what was happening. OBS and Twitch were just not syncing up. It was giving me a ton of problems. So if you're watching the VODs, or whether you're watching live or in the future watching the VODs, I do apologize for that. But thank you for joining me. And I appreciate you supporting me, hanging out. It means a lot. If you're watching this live on YouTube, you're probably going to not understand all the crazy experiences that we had because the recording should be pretty solid. But yeah, it was hectic today, so ending it a little bit early. And we will pick up the stream next time. I don't know if I'm going to be streaming tomorrow, Sunday, like I normally do. We'll see. But we will pick up next time with a transition and go from there. So thank you all so much for joining. And I'll see you next time.